The economy comes to a grinding halt, taking the real estate industry along for the ride. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today, my friends. The elephant in the room, yet another left field black swan event threatening the U.S. economy, threatening the U.S. housing market. It's playing out, my friends. Buckle up and strap it. It's such a I don't know, it's a really interesting dynamic when you see so many industry people. No crash risk. Oh, really? No crash risk? Not even a little bit on the biggest housing bubble ever produced in history? No, this time is different. They want to tell us. Every single time the housing market has exhibited bubble behavior, they've crashed. So why is this time somehow magically going to be different? Tail end of a health crisis, front end of a recession. We're just entering the correction phase. 3 levels of an economic downturn: correction, recession, depression. Those are the 3 levels, friends. We're going to cover a lot of that moving forward. We're in the correction phase currently, and if we can't stop it there, it will enter the recessionary level of a downturn phase. Most economists, if not 100%, I believe I read a report recently, recession this year coming 2023. Buckle up and strap in. Unfortunately, majority of people watching the video today are unaware of booms and busts in the economy, how we've always had cycles in the markets. The unfortunate part about this bubble is this was market manipulation due to the stimulus era, and we overheated the biggest asset class in the world. The U.S. housing market. It can collapse the U.S. economy. It will collapse the U.S. economy, which is going to segue us in to today's topic. Layoffs, my friends. Layoffs are already occurring. We've reported on this. If you're new, please subscribe. Subscribe right away. We've reported on this. The biggest online retailer in the world, Amazon, laying off during the holidays the first time in their history. That's not a good sign, my friends. Unfortunately, like I said, most people are unaware of what we're talking about today. So I was watching my good friend Todd Sachs over at Sachs Realty's Tuesday night podcast last night. And sometimes I jump in and I'll shoot him a question to post. And Melissa, thank you, Melissa, for always posting those. Appreciate you. And they had a guest on. I didn't catch his name. I was just kind of watching. I was throwing him a question. And I asked the guy. He was a real estate professional, I believe. And I shot the question during their live broadcast. What percentage of likelihood do you put that the biggest housing bubble in world history will eventually crash? So she's like, oh, we got a question from Scott Walters. Big fans. Thank you, Scott. Scott Walters asked this question, guest. And he was like this, like he didn't know what to do. But then when he finally could start rambling some words out of his mouth as he's trying to wrap his head around this very important question, I pretty much saw a lot of tap dancing and talking in circles, but he kind of came down to, I don't think this time will be. No 2008 here, no crash is really what I heard out of the guy's mouth. No, this time is different. Loans are stronger. That's usually the primary one we hear, right? Loans are stronger this time. No crash risk here because of the loans are strong. Oh, really? Well, what happens, my friend, if you lose your job? Even a 0% interest rate, which nobody has, even if you locked in that stimulus era low 3% range mortgage rate on your house, if you don't have a job, it doesn't matter. And companies are laying off workers. Everybody is. We've talked about this, and not just any jobs. The white collar wage earner jobs are getting hit hard. And who buys houses? The white collar wage earners. Who rents houses? The blue collar sector. And the only jobs right now that are somewhat still hanging on, service sector jobs, the jobs that were locked down during the crisis. Blue collar wage earners, renters. And guess who's benefiting right now? The renters are in better shape right now than anybody that bought during the crisis. In a falling market, renters do better than recent home buyers. It makes sense. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out, does it? So I have to politely disagree with any real estate professional, sometimes very sternly. that says there's no crash risk here. This time will be different. This time will be different. Unfortunately, it's going to be worse. And here's why. In the last bubble era that everybody seems to want to, of course, pull from because it was the most recent bubble we can pull from, but we've always had booms and busts in the markets. Always comes back to that correction, recession, or economic depressionary level of a downturn. They always have cycled mathematically. There's even mathematical equations, history that shows us their cycles. In fact, depressionary levels, a severe downturn, have cycled throughout history approximately every 100 years. We've had depressions. The Great Depression was the last. The Great Depression of 1929 was the last depressionary era we've had, and they've happened every 100 years. We're in the depressionary cycle, but somehow if this time is different, we escape, we dodge a bullet, magic trick. And that's the other thing. I think a lot of people think, well, they'll lower rates and that will save us. If they lower the federal funds rate and the mortgage comes down, that will save the economy. No, it won't. It's going to hurt us. All we're doing is delaying the inevitable. You cannot put this thing off. You cannot continue to kick the can down the road. We have runaway inflation. We're about to hit hyperinflation. The dollar, the US dollar, the world's currency is about to evaporate. We can't do it. Can't happen. So we got to let these markets correct, recess, and possibly depress to reset it. So anybody in the industry telling me zero crash risk here, I have to politely disagree because of the money dump, the stimulus era. That's the cause of this one, not the 2008 mortgage lending industry or loan practices. It was the stimulus era will be the cause of this next one's. And the byproduct of that right now, it appears to be layoffs. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding there's no saving a job. Job losses and layoffs are here. They're going to start sweeping America. This year appears to be the year it's going to happen. Most of the people, over 10 million, that bought during the crisis at the top of the biggest real estate bubble ever produced in world history are white-collar wage earners, and their jobs are at risk, and many of them are losing them as I'm speaking right now. Any real estate professional that's telling you there's no crash risk here, run as fast as you can. I would respect somebody at least gives, I put a 1% percentage of likelihood that it'll crash. If somebody can at least utter that, because we've always had booms and busts. So if anybody's telling you no crash risk here, I want you to ask them. Anytime the real estate market has exhibited bubble behavior, they've always crashed every single time, 100% of the time. So if you're not willing to tell me that there's even a small percentage of likelihood that we could have a crash, I gotta fire you. You're done. You're gone. I'm going to call Scott Walters. He's my guy. I'm going to continue to blow the lid off of every single topic because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I'm going to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I think you're really going to love the next video on your screen, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.